Welcome back to April Anger. We're going to start this off with Lucas against Bowser. And we're on Smashville. You get the one center platform. Lucas... So only his up smash is probably going to be able to hit Bowser on the top platform. Whereas Bowser would have multiple options, such as his up smash, his up tilt. And since he's still large enough, he could probably just jump up and use any of his aerials or his side B, which kills, by the way. Lucas going for a combo, not able to get it to connect. Survives Bowser's ledge guarding, though. Puts Bowser off stage. Unable to connect the neutral air, but the up B connects. Lucas attacking Bowser to get back on the stage. It's something a lot of people don't often think about. But if you hit your opponent, you create space for yourself. And then Lucas getting killed by the enormous turtle claws. Which is a cool band name and a sentence I never thought I'd say. Now Bowser needs to watch out because his up B, while it does have a hitbox, it's easily beaten by a whole bunch of attacks with just a longer, disjointed hitbox. And I'm pretty sure that Lucas's down air will probably be able to hit Bowser before Lucas gets hit himself. Nice psycho with the PK fire there. And then just charging a smash attack on Bowser at the side of the stage. Bowser putting Lucas off stage. Unable to capitalize. Lucas using a PK freeze in quite a vulnerable position. Bringing Bowser up to bring him back down to grab. Bowser just running in circles. Usually you don't see Amiibo do that nearly as much as some of the computers will. If that down air had connected, Bowser might have died. I don't remember the knockback of Lucas's down air, but it does send opponents downwards. Lucas is doing a really good job of getting all these grabs. And then, you know, he got drop kicked in the face, but... And another grab. Keeps throwing Bowser up, though. Bowser goes off to get Lucas. Lucas's recovery is long enough to make it. And Bowser air dodges past the ledge. Something to know about PK Thunder is that if you hit an opponent with it, it doesn't go quite as far. Lucas's recovery was able to travel far enough to hit the ledge, but if he was a little bit farther away, Bowser tanking the hit would have killed Lucas. Really sticky situation there. They were both honestly quite vulnerable. They of course made it out. It's often important to know restraint, that unless you know you can kill your opponent, you probably need to make sure that you yourself will survive. Especially when both of you are at one stock. If you're a stock ahead, then you can be as suicidal as you want, because you can probably still make it back. Which, funnily enough, makes a good system for people who are losing, because if their opponent tries to go crazy, they will sometimes just kill themselves and make a comeback a lot more achievable. Wow, we didn't even get the final spark or the little red spark that appears when you hit opponents with a strong move. For our second match, we have Peach against Roy. The Princess and the Prince. I think Roy's a prince. Peach landed really close to Roy there. Not something you usually want to do when you're attacking a shield, because Roy's sword is stronger the closer you are to Roy. Peach mixing up the down throw combo with an up tilt instead of a back air. Peach with a great tech, saving her life, floating back to center stage. Getting one slap precisely on Roy. Peach is light character, so she's probably in the range of a killing blow. Getting a good parry, though. Hitting Roy with a frying pan. The frying pan does the most damage. It used to be that Peach's 3 smacking tools, I guess, would cycle through them automatically, but now you can actually pick which one you want by angling the smash attack. So if you angle it up, you get the frying pan, which does the most damage. If you angle it out, you get the golf club, which just reaches farther. And if you angle it down, you get the tennis racket, which has more launching power, but less damage. Maybe it has equivalent damage to the golf club. That's just another thing for future me to double check, I guess. Re-grab on Roy. Peach was able to hit him, and he didn't get his jump back, just because... So if you grab the ledge, you get your jump back, but if you're hit in the 2-frame window when your character is still grabbing the ledge and has not grabbed it yet, you don't get your jump back. It makes 2 frames even more punishing to land. Peach seems to keep using her umbrella to float back to center stage. Barely missing Roy with multiple attacks in a row there. Roy air dodging the center stage, gets kicked in the face for it. There's the golf club from Peach. Roy rolling past Peach's down smash, ensuring that he gets back to the stage safely. Getting a grab. It's a less common option for Roy to take because his grabs don't kill particularly early, but his smash attacks kill very early if you can get the spacing right on them. So usually if you see well, most of the Fire Emblem characters, if you see them land a grab, it's because they're sick of their opponents shielding all of their attacks. It's kind of a law of balance that if you have a sword, then your grabs can't be as good. Otherwise, you would have basically no weaknesses. And if you have no weaknesses and a whole bunch of strengths, you would be overpowered. That's how you get characters like Lucina, who have no real strengths or weaknesses. She's basically just sword character, the character. Peach throwing the turnip horizontally instead of downwards, hitting Roy twice, but ultimately bringing him back. Gets killed for all of her life-saving efforts. Great parry there by Peach. Able to land her own hit as a follow-up. Roy misses the ledge, able to tech to save his life. Re-grab from Peach, but her umbrella beats out Roy's sword. Roy's starting to stack on the damage, though, and since the Peach amiibo doesn't really have a penchant for learning all of Peach's best combos, she hasn't been stacking on the damage as fast as you would perhaps say a tournament player. Again, Roy gets the tech, so Peach is forced to save him with her umbrella. And Roy kills Peach. That was a little early, but just goes to show that you don't want to be too close to Roy at all times. Now we've got Kirby Smash Brothers against Byleth. Byleth's hair just blends in with the background there. Byleth starting out with a sizable 34 damage on Kirby. Kirby's able to start retaliating. Kind of ironic how if you hit your opponent first, they get their auto heal first. but unless you're hitting them for less than 5 damage, you usually still want to hit them. Kirby was a little lucky there. So Byleth's down B does have armor on it. It's probably number of hits armor, because Kirby's down air was able to beat it. A lot of armors are percentage or knockback based, but it is a very slow and hard hitting attack, so you really don't want to get hit by it. Now Kirby should have good enough edge guarding to, well, basically mess with Byleth off stage. Getting hit by the weak spot of Byleth's forward smash. Weird thing about, well, spears and most stabbing moves is that they're always stronger at the edge of the blade. Which kind of makes sense, but also if you run somebody through, usually it wouldn't matter how close they were to you. Byleth getting the first blood on Kirby. Just using that large sword that is also sometimes a whip to just outspace Kirby a lot of the time. Byleth running to the opposite side of the stage, showing off though that Kirby has a faster run speed. Byleth's able to make it back because her recovery is, in my opinion, just a little bit too long. I mean, especially when you factor in things like that. She just killed Kirby with a spike while Kirby was above her. You can't do that on most characters, you know, for reasons. Kirby does get a good forward smash off on Byleth, though. But he is a stock behind. Able to get down air to down smash. A combo I've seen this amiibo use time and time again. Techs through the side B. Gets Byleth off stage. Chaining up smashes together. Going off stage, misses the spike. Byleth gets a combo though. And a dash attack. We know those can kill Kirby if they're far enough off stage. Kirby, again, not getting hit by the down B move, and even comboing a death off of it. That almost killed Kirby. You can actually see the tiny display in the top right corner just how close he was to the blast zone. Kirby gets a spike on Byleth, a second spike, and brings it back! The Mad Lad! That brings us to Ivysaur against Dark Samus. This is going to be an interesting match because Dark Samus hasn't been too keen on camping out their opponents. And Ivysaur has definitely shown a penchant for murdering his opponents. But they both did, of course, win their first match to get here. Very slow Clank there. Charizard's forward smash, you don't really want to contest it. It has a long reach because of Charizard's neck. Samus starts charging up a charge shot, but doesn't do anything when Charizard gets too close. Takes a dragon in the face. Another Clank! So the stronger the attacks are in a Clank, the longer the Clank lasts. You actually get like the recoil based off of the strength of your opponent's attack. That being said, attacks don't clink unless they're within 9% of each other. So usually there's only about a 9% difference, but if you get two very strong attacks, both clank, then you can both be stuck in the recoil animation. Dark Samus teching on stage, that was really good. An inch to the right and she would have fallen to her death. I'm assuming Dark Samus is a she. Dark Samus is a skeleton clone of Samus, so I just assume, like, oh yeah, that probably means it's a she then, because it's a clone of a woman. Ivysaur switching Charizard to make it back. Really dangerous situation for Dark Samus. Even though Dark Samus has been able to avoid getting killed until I said it out loud. Guess that's why they call it the commentator's curse. Charizard going low to not have to use a Flare Blitz, saving some percentage. Avoiding Dark Samus' up smash as well. And just outspacing Dark Samus' forward smash. Okay, that time Dark Samus just did it the wrong way. Dark Samus firing off, I think, the first missile of this match. Taking some flamethrower damage as she tries to recover. But her dash attack is able to beat out Squirtle. If Ivysaur had released that smash attack earlier, it would have hit Dark Samus, and that close to the edge of the stage probably would have killed. That's why you don't go for greed. Landing against Ivysaur is always a dangerous proposition, because his up smash and his up air will both kill you if you're at a high percent. Dark Samus finally gets the charge shot charged up, but then gets immediately killed by Flare Blitz. Now, while Charizard isn't another Clank, I guess that's the theme of this battle. Well, so I was going to say that while Charizard isn't normally most trainers' pick when their opponents are at low percents, Charizard does actually have a bit going for him. He has less overall than, you know, Squirtle, but you probably shouldn't underestimate him. Squirtle making it back on stage. Another dash attack, though. That one barely didn't kill. Probably needing to consider switching to Ivysaur. Okay, that up smash will kill Squirtle. Ivysaur almost got the down air there. The spike would have almost assuredly killed Dark Samus. Now, Charizard was able to attack through the missile with Flare Blitz. Dark Samus doesn't use the charge shot, uses the missile instead. Could have maybe gotten an early kill with the charge shot, but it's still on deck. That's something you have to be aware of. Both at a high percent. Charizard gets a forward tilt and spikes Dark Samus. Ivysaur proving why he's our two-time champion. Able to kill people with any Pokemon he so chooses. Next we've got Robin versus Squirtle. Probably going to be an uphill fight for Robin. Squirtle's proven to be a very efficient contender. Robin's Ivysaur is now online. Her smash attacks are now more important to be feared. Squirtle gets a great up smash read on Robin though, and Robin's sword, the Ivysaur, disappeared when she needed it the most, and it looked like the flinching of it allowed Squirtle to escape. Squirtle with the grounded up B. It doesn't kill early, but the move isn't weak by any means. Robin off stage, but Robin's element does cover a whole bunch of distance. It's probably to make up for the fact that, well, so Robin isn't a particularly fast character. You can probably see there that Robin's run speed is not enviable in the slightest. In fact, it's one of the worst run speeds in the game. Kind of helped to make up for the fact that Robin's usually trying to run away from you to hit you with spells from a distance. So Squirtle died there because he was charging a smash attack. Well, okay, he died there because he got hit by a smash attack. But it should be noted that while you are charging a smash attack, you take more knockback. And he got hit by a smash attack from Robin with the Ivysaur active. So that basically sealed his fate. The Thunder was able to cancel out Charizard's Flare Blitz. It was in the early stages of the move, but usually you don't hear the audio cue and still have it get cancelled out. Squirtle's Ivysaur at the top of the stage manages to go around with Charizard. Robin needs to recover. Charizard doesn't seem to know how to edgeguard Robin's recovery, but that is a regrab. Charizard is too slow to make it there to properly punish it. Back air, not killing Robin. I thought Charizard was going to side B into Robin. It probably would have hit. It would have been a terrible idea because if you miss, you die. And if your opponent air dodges, you miss. Charizard stayed on the ground for a little too long there. Being killed by Levin's sword. Now trying to find a kill on Robin, which is going to be even harder when you're Squirtle. Gets the 2-frame and the footstool to make it back. Squirtle's life must have flashed before his eyes there. Switching to Ivysaur, getting the kill on Robin. Shielding on the top platform, that's actually very smart because a lot of characters can and will attack you from the respawn platform. Oh, switches into Charizard but still gets hit by the smash attack. Not looking good for Squirtle. Gets the ledge trump. It's a regrab for Robin. Life-saving tech on Squirtle's part. That is one good thing about these amiibo. They're very good at teching. Gets a hit off of Robin, who only had... Robin had both... both units of elements to make it back. If you run out, you can't use the move off stage. Even worse, Elwyn gets used up by your jab if you use the rapid jab. But if you use the 3-hit combo, it uses your Hellfire Tome instead. Charizard side Bs, but hits the stage, getting full recoil damage, and still having to grab the ledge again. Robin barely misses that smash attack. It probably could have killed. Squirtle runs up and forward tilts Robin to death. After almost dying and almost killing himself like 3 times. Now we've got Captain Falcon against Samus, the 2 bounty hunters. They've actually both been in Smash Brothers since the first game. So naturally people assume, hey, if they're both bounty hunters, they should be a couple. It doesn't, quite work like that. But it does bring up an interesting point that they're probably some of the only characters who have the same profession. Depending on if you count the Ice Climbers as 2 characters, and I suppose the Mario Brothers are both plumbers. But most characters, if they have a profession, it's just protagonist. Do what you need to do to survive. In some games, I think Link's a farmer. Some of these people fight for money. All the Pokemon don't really have jobs. Yeah, actually, most people in Smash Brothers would probably count for unemployment. Samus just got hit right back off stage, and getting thrown off stage again, needing to recover. Minimal damage against Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon using the invincibility of his get-up attack to hit Samus as she recovers past the ledge. Not a time in which you would want to recover past the ledge, but usually you would hope your recovery would hit the opponent. Gets a middle parry against Samus' up smash, but gets hit by a late hit. Sometimes when you parry an attack, you should just shield the other hits. If you really want to be cool, you can try to parry the other hits too, but if you mess it up, you'll still get hit. And some attacks, if they hit you in quick enough succession, you will be unable to parry other hits because the shield's stun. But it's not impossible because you obviously parried one of the hits. Samus getting Captain Falcon off stage, but Samus used her jump, had to recover there, otherwise she would have fallen off. So Samus's ledge invincibility wore off. The higher percent you are, the less ledge invincibility you have. Since Samus was at like 150-ish%, it wore off just quick enough for Captain Falcon to grab and then kill Samus with his up B. Oh, Captain Falcon escaping that combo. Usually, there's not much you can do against the second up air. Samus falling from ledge with an up air, but only able to get a hit or two. Not going to do too much damage. Samus has to play her cards carefully because she is pretty far behind. Not that it's insurmountable. We've seen greater comebacks in these tournaments even. She has to land. Captain Falcon lets her. Runs out of the way, I guess. Gets a raw knee to the back of Samus's head. It's a rapid jab against Samus that damage is really not extra damage she wants to be taking right now. Already she's probably in death range for most of Captain Falcon's smash attacks. And aerials if they're placed. Like down air. Down air's an aerial. Now we're going retro. We've got Pac-Man against the Ice Climbers. No, Pac-Man hasn't been in much lately. Usually just remixes of the first Pac-Man game. He used to have some 3D games, and from what I hear, people like them. Ice Climbers, of course, haven't gotten a second game. Pit got a second Kid Icarus, so who knows, maybe we'll get Ice Climbers 2, Ascent Up the Mountain of Shiverberg, or something. Probably not that. I'm sure Shiverberg's taken by something. But games about mountain climbing can be successful. There's actually quite a few games about climbing mountains, now that I think about it. Pac-Man couldn't use his hydrant there because it was already on the ground. Now, the Ice Climbers got a really good offset with their neutral B there, the one that shoots the tiny little icicles. And a great combo! So, while Popo had Pac-Man in the spinning hammer, Nana came up and did an up smash. It's possible the amiibo did it intentionally. So the second Ice Climber has a little bit faster speed on the ground to let them keep up with the first Ice Climber, but they don't have any extra speed in the air. And weirdly enough, they actually take damage a little bit faster. Probably so that they're not always synchronized when they get knocked off stage. Oh, Ice Climber's not going down to save the second Ice Climber. That's probably going to cost them. Oh, anyways, it might not have been intentional because once the Ice Climbers are separated, the second Ice Climber gets controlled by the AI, which I know the amiibo count as an AI, but we really don't have any way of... Oh, good slide by Pac-Man. We really don't have any way of knowing if the amiibo is in control of a separated second Ice Climber or if the game is. Maybe there's a way to do some studies on that, but I'm assuming it just defaults to the computer behavior. Apparently, Nano, when separated, has an AI level that is pretty close to a level 8 computer. Which seems about fair in my experience. Pac-Man's doing a pretty good job separating these ice climbers. I mean, the damage kind of won't show that, though. Drops another hydrant. The ice climbers elect not to hit it back at him. Is separated, though, they still managed to get the kill. Ice climbers have been doing a pretty good job of shielding most of those hydrants. You gotta respect the ice climbers because all of their moves will hit twice, but the second ice climber hitting you doesn't give hit lag to the first ice climber. So they effectively, it would be the equivalent of any other character having moves that cancel themselves just a couple frames sooner on every single move. And on some characters you can see that would be broken. And then you also get things like that, where if you get hit by both forward smashes, the first forward smash deals damage, and then the second forward smash deals damage, and then the knockback. So it's like double damage, basically. Pac-Man has to go for the down air again because his hydrant is still out. Solo Popo gets the confirm. Up tilt to up air. And for our last match of this video, we're going to have Duck Hunt against Yoshi. Two characters with just absolutely horrible reputations. Yoshi is mostly in Smash Brothers. In all the Mario games, people love him. Duck Hunt with the forward smash that he was previously known for. Going for an up B, canceling into a side B. It's weird, but I guess it worked. Doing a real good job of... Well, I was going to say Duck Hunt was doing a really good job of keeping Yoshi away. But then Yoshi got in, and Duck Hunt was no longer doing a good job. As Yoshi, you always have to be cautious when you use your double jump, because it's basically the only form of recovery you have. Yoshi's up B now does give him just a little bit of height, but you get a lot more if you jump before it. So if you're off stage, then your only recovery avenues would be up B and then air dodge, and then I guess pray. They grabbed the ledge at almost the same time there. Yoshi going for the second smash attack when the first one doesn't work. Able to recover though. Duck Hunt didn't have invincibility, but teched to save his life. Yoshi's down air sends up for some reason. Hit it so low that Duck Hunt was able to survive. Goes off stage. Duck Hunt deters Yoshi with an up air. That up air is a kill move, by the way. Up smash is also a kill move. Surprise, surprise, smash attack kills. Duck Hunt with a falling up air combo. Not normally something a Duck Hunt goes for. We're getting two up airs on Yoshi after an up throw. Yoshi survived that shield pressure really well. Something to know about Yoshi's shield is that it is the egg shield. I think it's the only unique shield in the game, unless you count Shulk's Shield Monado shield having more health. But you could argue that instead he's taking less damage. Oh, and I also suppose that Jigglypuff's shield break kills Jigglypuff, and that is unique, but it's not exactly a trait of the shield. Anyways, Yoshi's shield is the egg, which does mean that Yoshi will never get shield poked because the shield never gets smaller, but it does mean that Yoshi's shield is actually the easiest one to break because you'll never accidentally shield poke him. It's actually an interesting trade-off. Just know that if you're going to shield break a character, it's probably... Well, I would say easiest against Yoshi, except Yoshi does so well in the air that Yoshi's airborne a lot of the time anyway. Duck Hunt goes for the spike, but gets the third forward air in a row to the face as punishment for his hubris. Almost gets Yoshi with the smash attack. Duck Hunt's smash attacks do get increased range the longer you charge them. And they fixed the problem in Smash 4 where sometimes the forward smash just wouldn't combo into itself. Honestly, I think it might have been a symptom of the rage mechanic instead of just faulty hitboxes, but that's not what everybody else seems to say. Yoshi hanging above Duck Hunt again. Duck Hunt has an up smash and an up air that will both kill Yoshi off the top. I don't think up tilt will kill until very high percents, but Duck Hunt's doing a good job of recovering low. That's a lot harder for Yoshi to hit because Yoshi only has the one double jump. There's a good demonstration of why Egg Roll isn't a great move. Duck Hunt was able to hit Yoshi out of it. Yoshi goes for a forward air, and up air probably would have sealed the match. Duck Hunt second shields that up smash. Gets an up air on Yoshi. Hopefully the rage difference means that Duck Hunt can survive for just a little bit longer, but needs to get probably an early gimp on Yoshi to have a chance at winning this fight. Good job to Yoshi, and that animation kind of showed that Yoshi doesn't really punch in this game.